Hello and welcome to the second instalment of Christmas cards. The last instalment we did the nativity, but this instalment we're going to show the early Christmas cards I used to make, this style. I started off, this is a few years old now, I started off with watercolour and then outlining with black felt tip, and I started off fairly innocuous. There's a Christmas cracker singing a carol, and inside his mate's not very pleased. I always did an illustration inside. I don't seem to do that so much now. And so he's doing that, and then I got them to talk, and this Christmas cracker's going, quick lads, they're open, and there he is having his pint, and so I put that there. This is one of my favourites. I think he looks quite vulnerable. He's rushing about. He's a little paunchy, he's a little fleshy. He's not as good looking as his other mates, and I've always had a soft spot for him. Anyway, he gets his pint. He's perfectly happy. And then we come on to the hazardous side of the Christmas cracker, the real dangers of their job. And he's obviously suffered a terrible accident there, occupational hazard. Luckily he survives, but he's not too happy. He's quit that job, which is understandable. And then we have his mate who's been around the block a little bit. This is the second or third time it's happened to him, so he's going for a tribunal. Christmas crackers don't have a very happy life, really. It's very short-lived and very dangerous. And then I bought in Christmas puddings, and this one's outside in the snow having a fag, and the cracker's lighting it for him, and the other cracker's on his mobile. And there's some rather smug cracker who doesn't smoke in the warm saying mucks. Okay, and then we get to the old joke of the Christmas cracker blowing off, and his mates for and name that tune. And then I started to move to more sophisticated paper. This is a ready cut card, but it's beautiful cartridge type paper. And there he is again. He's just let rip, and now it's only one cracker saying name that tune. But the old jokes really are the best. And then we go on to a Christmas pudding breaking wind. I don't think there's any. Oh yes, there is. And there's a cracker saying poor. You know, there's always got to be someone around to suffer for this. This Christmas cracker I'm rather fond of. I don't know why. I like his face. He's sort of. I'd say he's quite well heeled, maybe a bit down on his luck, but I do quite like him. He looks kind of intellectual, a little lonely, so I was reluctant to send him into the wild. He stayed here, and he's getting his pint in. And then we have a more slovenly Christmas pudding, who's having a good gossip and a fag, and having a good bitch about someone. But of course it gets on the cracker's nerves. All he can hear is all this droning on about somebody the pudding doesn't like. So the cracker seemed to suffer quite a lot, really. And then we moved on to candles. Now this is no smoking area, but the candle's smoking. And some Jobsworth Christmas pudding is pointing this out. But the candle's rather happy about it. He's got one over this terrible Jobsworth. And later on, when he's nearly burnt down, he's grinning away because he's got one over on the pudding. And then the pudding gets rather naughty, and look, he starts to light his fag from this holy candle. Now this candle doesn't actually mind. He's going, oi, cheeky sort of thing, but I don't think he minds terribly. And then the candle is going to bed, nearly burnt out. And then we have the crackers involved with this activity. And the pudding, because they're always quite good close friends, so the pudding is carrying the cracker so he can reach up and light his fag. This time the candle's a little annoyed. He's slightly annoyed at this. He's not so funny this time. and he's got the hump there. He's going grrr, because they're cheeky. I mean, it's a very cheeky thing to do, like you fag on a holy candle. It's not really done. And then they get rid of the pudding and start lighting them themselves. And this time the candle's really lost it. He's really, really cross. And there he is, at the end of the day, cheek and grumbling. So my cards used to be really subtle. I do them a lot harder now. I do them a lot more hard line now. I use bigger paper. I do backing on the paper, and I use these paint sticks. So it's more of a hard black and white drawing with a bit of colouring. But I do miss the watercolour ones, and I still put an insert in there. And this one I've done this year is my favourite. I'm going to keep this, and it's the usual chestnut of the cracker lighting a pudding's fag. But this time the pudding falls in love with him. He's not just a mate, he loves this beautiful cracker who's lit his fag. So I'm going to keep him. There's no drawing inside, and that seems to be it for now. And thank you for watching. Thank you.